Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoilercast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, it is Sunday, November 30th. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving this past Thursday. I think me and Jeremy had a great one. Not so sure about Richard because he's out sick.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But that's okay because it's news. Happy news giving to you, sir.
yeah, exactly. I know I may not be I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable whenever it comes to news, but hey, I'm here.
You have opinions. That's what counts.
I do have opinions.
You don't have to know anything. Just have opinions.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing I had on the list was we had a very monumental sale here recently from Heritage Auction. This took place, or at least this article is from November 21st on NBC News, and it is a Superman 1 that sold at Heritage Auction. Superman 1 not being the first appearance of Superman, but like the first solo title for Superman. And it sold for $9 million. Over $9 million. What was the total cost? It
says 9.12.
$9.12 million. Record-breaking sale here. And this is $3 million more than the previous sale of this book. This, I believe, was in like a CGC 9.0, if I remember right, which is like a really stupid high grade.
Yeah.
But yeah, this crazy sale at Heritage of an iconic comic book.
Yeah, and like I saw in there where it was just three brothers that found it in an attic. And I'm like, I want to know what, like, I didn't look in and see if they necessarily told, but like, to be in that kind of condition, what was it stored in the attic to keep it that nice?
It was probably just sitting. It may have been in a chest. I know cedar chests are like very popular, and they actually keep bugs away and stuff like that. So ideally, it would have been a cedar chest. But yeah, normally those things are just kind of sitting out, flopping around in the wind. Like
yeah. Maybe they were in a Ziploc bag. You know, it's going to be a promo for a Ziploc.
Let's see. I found it. It said sold on Thursday for $9.12 million. So $9,120,000, right?
Yeah.
Golly.
I mean, it's split three ways. I mean, that's still 3.4, right? 3.4 each brother.
Well, okay, but then there's the cost of CGC. The way that they charge for a book like that, it's like a percentage based off of
really
what it sold for.
Oh, that's where they get their money.
That's how they get their money. I want to say it was like it was a ridiculous, stupid amount that I think I heard, but I've not seen it in print or know exactly what it was. But it was like it could be a really big amount. Like
really,
yeah.
So why would you even go through them to sell it then?
Okay, so CGC, they just graded it. And so you'd go through CGC to get it graded so that like a third party has looked at it. They say it is this grade. It's not you saying it. It's not the auction house saying it. It is a separate company altogether saying, we've looked at it. It's original. There's nothing restored on it. And it is at this grade right now in this condition.
Yeah.
So that's why you'd go through CG, especially with a book like that. You know, when people start seeing that label and those numbers, that's when it really starts kicking in the aftermarket.
Yeah.
But then they go through an auction house like Heritage to sit there and get them to sell it. So there's the CGC costs plus the auction house costs.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have whatever taxes they got to pay on that.
Well, here's your $100.
I'm sure they're going to walk around with a good bunch of change. I mean, $9 $9 million.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's crazy. And, like, so does CGC do? I mean, do they get a percentage of what it's actually sold for, or like is it something you just pay them a flat to get the condition that it's in?
Unfortunately, I've never been in the position where I've sent CGC a book like that.
Yeah,
So I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know if it was a, hey, we're gonna sell this, so we're gonna get it graded, and it's gonna go it goes from the graders to the auction house, and so they're like,
yeah,
okay, well, we're gonna hold off on the cost because we don't know what it's gonna sell for, or if it's a, okay, like, here is the value of the last one of these that sold or something comparable, and so it's a percentage based off of like that. I don't know for certain how that actually
yeah,
works, honestly, especially with something like, it's a Superman 1 that's a 9.1. Like, how do you sit there and value that to get your
yeah,
percentage
yeah.
without
That's
one being sold?
because the one that was sold, the other one was sold for like 6 million, right? And
Right.
what was it, like a second or third print type thing, or
No, it was still been a first print. These both would have been first prints. I just don't know when it would have sold.
because what
I
I mean
didn't
is it would this one have just been in, I guess, in better condition than that other one?
It's possible because I want to say in the article they said that this was like, there wasn't like, this was a high, like one of the highest grade ones ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, there you go. If you got a Superman 1 out there and it's in really high grade, then
Yeah.
you might want to get it looked at.
I want to contact CGC or contact
Right.
us. We could handle it for you.
I don't I don't know that I want to be responsible for that. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even a Superman 1, I'm not even a soups guy. Like, I've told people several, they're like, "Oh, you would absolutely take an amazing spot, an amazing fantasy 15 or an action comics number 1." I'm like, absolutely, I'd take those. I'd turn around, I'd sell them, and I'd get what
Yeah.
I really want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, there's more than just that CGC news in the news here lately. There is also talks of V for Vendetta going to HBO Max as a series. Nothing's necessarily confirmed yet. However, this is from Variety, and they have said that, according to their sources, Pete Jackson is attached to write the series. James Gunn and Peter Safran of DC would be executive producers, as well as Ben Stevenson via Poison Pen and Leanne Klein of Wall to Wall Media, which is part of Warner Brothers Television in the UK. So, I mean, it's been a while since we've talked about, V for, not us a while. We just talked about it last year or so.
Yeah.
But it's been a while there's been any kind of V for Vendetta news. There was slated to be another movie that was going to come out in 2026. I
Yeah.
don't think there's been any other news of that, though, because they were going to
Oh.
celebrate an anniversary of V for Vendetta. But yeah, what do you think of a TV show on HBO Max of V for Vendetta?
I mean, I don't know. I think it could be good. Obviously, I mean, I kind of like HBO Max picking up a decent amount of these movies or whatever, turning them into series. Yeah, obviously the one out there, they're working on Harry Potter, doing that one
Mm,
coming up.
yeah.
But I mean, so the other ones that they've done, have been good. I mean, with I mean, had Peacemaker there that turned out really well. So they have a little bit more flexibility to do the more gruesome side of things, obviously.
Mm, yeah.
So I think V would need that in his role there. So I think it could be really good.
I agree. I love seeing the HBO Max pick up these very
Yeah.
adult themed style stories, especially ones that we don't see very often redone.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that to me limits it is that there's like a beginning, there's an end, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so, do they do it like the comic book where you've got, I think it's like 10 or 12 issues. So, do you do it like a season of the Penguin
Mm,
and you just do like a one and done, even though there's talks of like a season 2 of Penguin?
yeah.
Or do you try to like really space this out? Do you really try to like go in depth on the story and maybe add some stuff to get like a season or two out of this? I don't want too much stuff added. Like, I just want the story of V,
Yeah.
and I want it to be like true to what was said.
Yeah. Yeah, and it even comes into play of the like what we had just talked about with Sandman. I mean, he
Mm,
most of it was true to the book, and that's the parts that we really liked. But whenever they decided to add old Nada in there, that whole extra stuff, that kind of like threw it off. And so it's one of those like you I get all these companies want all as much money as they can get out of this stuff,
right.
but it can, if you flounder in that first season just trying to add too much, it's going to be worse than if you just way worse for you if you just had made an actual really good one season show.
Yeah. I think that one of the only other things that kind of worries me about it is that we've gotten something like this before where it was a sequel to Watchmen. HBO Max has a Watchmen TV show, and it's supposed to be a sequel to the book, from what I understand, anyways. And it's like, for me, it was difficult to watch. Like,
Really?
I really couldn't get into it. I couldn't get grabbed hold of it or anything like that. I don't know if it's because it is a sequel. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's because I haven't necessarily like read Watchmen. I've seen the movie. I enjoy the movie. We're gonna finish up the cartoon movie here next podcast, doing part 2. So I'll have watched all that then as well. But that was another Alan Moore property, and I don't. I hope this doesn't have the same kind of effect as Watchmen did.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, it can be one that just, if they do it right, it can be really, really good and can give a whole lot more detail than what the movie did. And
Yeah,
we all said that we really enjoyed the movie, so it's also got that kind of standard to meet as well. So that could be also,
mm,
a hard thing to follow a little bit. But again, I think if they do it right and take it slow, and like what Richard says, like give whatever, like, that particular season however long it needs, and whether
yeah,
it be
yeah,
a
yeah.
longer episodes. I mean, because look, if you look at again, going to Sandman, those were some of those were long episodes, but
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
were.
yeah, but I mean that was okay. I mean, it was. I mean, in most of them, it was okay. There was some obviously that you just kind of drug on, but it's again one of those, like, you just, if you give it what it needs and do it right, then it's not going to matter how long or short it is.
Yeah, I agree. Go for that rewatchability
Yeah,
instead of let's extend this out.
yeah,
I hope that's what they do. Same thing goes for Lanterns. Lanterns is coming up here next
yeah.
year, early next year, and I am like, there's been the release, a worded release or description of the teaser that's supposed to be coming. And I sent you this over to talk about the lantern stuff a little bit. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on the teaser of the lanterns that was just described to us?
So, well, to be fully transparent, I didn't read the whole thing, because it
It
was
was
kind of
long.
wordy.
It was long.
But from the first parts of it that I read, they're having the whole thing, like what we're talking about, is like Hal training John
Hmm.
type setup there, and the one of the things that they said in there that I liked, and is kind of the style that they're doing it in, is like this. They said like a quote unquote like cowboy western type
Mm.
feel to it, or they're not necessarily cowboy, but like western feel to it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
And to me, whenever I think of that, more of like a grungy, dirty kind of feel to it. And I actually I really like that, like because it's with lanterns, you can see with the original the what's his name,
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds.
Ryan yeah Ryan Reynolds, his whole thing, it was all like spacey and galaxy stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And so this one I think could be really good if it's played more down to earth and that kind of feel to it. Like because you can obviously get crazy with the space stuff with lanterns, but I think if they have it down to that style, I think it'll go really well.
It from the way the article talks about, they like you were saying, it was more of a Western style, rugged type show.
Yeah.
I've also saw more talks of like it being like True Detective, which is another thing that a lot of people have enjoyed, and they've said this a lot about this show as well. They said that the tones, like the colorful tones, were more muted and more earth tones that are in this series, this season of Lanterns. They described the story as being more of a like, let's talk about Hal Jordan, let's talk about Jonathan Stewart, then let's talk about the hero Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
And so, with all that being said, I kind of like that they are going to focus on the actual characters of Hal Jordan and Jonathan Stewart in this like Earth based style show,
Yeah.
because I don't want the story to get lost in the galaxy of like all the pretties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And that was a much better way to say it. Like I just, like you said, getting lost in all that, trying to be, phantasmic or whatever, just over the top kind of stuff. Like because I mean, it, you don't really know, at least me personally, I don't really know anything about these two lanterns. I mean,
Mm,
other than just the little bit we see in the movies,
yeah.
like the original Green Lantern, and then with Guy in the Superman movie. We just talked about this stupid comic book. But yeah, that's all I really know about Green Lantern. Like, so I think getting to know the two characters in more detail would help out a lot too.
Yeah, I agree. I like also they mentioned that Hal would be training Jonathan,
Hmm.
but like he's been training him. So this isn't like a first episode. Here's your new recruit, Jonathan Stewart. Blah 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 blah. Like you're
Yeah,
kind of already got it. You're probably going to see an establishment of like Hal is the seasoned vet. He's training John, kind of
yeah,
thing. But like this, there's been this going on.
yeah,
I also like the alluding to playful banter between the two, almost of
yeah,
Jonathan saying, I save lives better than you do.
yeah,
That was something that was mentioned in the article, and I was like, okay, that'd be cool to kind of see them kind of compete, because Hal Jordan's kind of a competitive person as well.
oh yeah,
Yeah, so I think this is gonna be great. I think it's gonna be
yeah,
fun. I'm super excited about it. Still no word on like who else could be in there. The teaser did, or description did tease that they talked about a squirrel Green Lantern, which I'm like, that's right up James Gunn's alley right there.
yeah.
But there really is a squirrel Green Lantern in the
Oh, is
comic
there?
books. Yeah, and he goes by the
Oh,
name of Chip, CH apostrophe P or something like that.
oh, okay. That's
Yes.
crazy. I mean, but yeah, that would fit hit everything. Like, gotta have some weird random creature in each one of his things. It seems like.
Right. Right. But they said that they didn't really focus on that. It was
Yeah,
just more of a fan service. You miss it, you blink and you miss it kind
yeah,
of thing. And I hope like that's the kind of humor they like stick to with this show and keep it a more serious to match the
mm,
tones of the earthy and mute and all that other
yeah,
jazz.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, it could be very like obviously James Gunn. He tends to have he leans into the comedy some. So but I think like you said, if done right, it'd be nice just to have a little bit here or there, just not over the top. And the whole like training Jonathan, like kind of almost like the Batman Beyond feel to it or something like that, I think would be kind of cool.
Yeah. They did also mention that their suits weren't shown in this teaser, or at least in the description. That like there's no, you don't get to see their suits. Would you be worried by that?
So I don't think it necessarily makes me worried. I don't know. I mean, I'm not as obviously as like critical of the costumes and that kind of stuff. But so did it say like even in the teaser, like the video that's coming out, they may not show the costume?
Right. The description of the teaser that's supposed to be coming out or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no mention of costumes at all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. And when is this thing supposed to be coming out? Is it next year? Or is it?
This is all rumor stuff here. Like we don't even have a confirmation of this whole teaser thing.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes me less worried because I mean it's not even confirmed. I mean, but I don't know. Yeah, I think keeping the costumes as a secret is will be fun. I mean, at least then like you can get people hyped about it, hopefully, and then not somebody like Michael or Richard going like that outfit doesn't fit. That's the wrong thing, and then just screw over the whole teaser there.
We don't do that all the time.
Oh, what is it? All the different Batman outfits.
When Superman was coming out, trunks or no trunks.
Yes, that was it. Oh man.
I read the article was talking about like, oh, they're probably hiding or they're not showing the costumes because they really want it to be about Hal and Jonathan Stewart and all this other jazz, and they want it to be focused on those characters. I'm like, no, they're saving that shit. Like they're not wanting to sit there and just be like, look, it's Green Lantern. Like they're saving that.
So yeah, I don't know. I go back onto the whole thing of kind of like that saying, like keeping it a secret a little bit, just as like trying to be like, hey, here it is. But I wish Richard was on here listening to this because I would crack up if they pulled like a Smallville thing where they didn't show the costume at all ever through the whole season until like the very last like 2 seconds.
I think he would. I think if the story was good, I think he'd actually be fine with it.
Oh yeah.
But if like they're doing a whole lot of Green Lantern fighting and stuff like that,
yeah,
and they're not in their suit, I think he could be like, "Where's suit at? Where's suit?"
Yeah,
that's funny. So we've got one thing from Marvel, and we've gotten like a trailer, we've gotten a teaser. This is premiering in January, and it is Wonder Man. And what is your whelming on this, Jeremy? What is your whelming on Wonder Man?
Underwhelmed. I watched both of those. I was like, I don't even know. Like, so we're just watching a show of a casting of a show and a creating of a show. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, same. No, same. I was very underwhelmed with as well. But like, I've been hearing chatter online, and people are like excited to see this Wonder Man show, and they're like, "Oh, it's so meta," and blah 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 blah. And like, I get the meta parts, just because like he's playing an actor that's trying to get a position in a job, or an actor like a position on a show as a superhero, and all, and like it's Yahya Abdul, and I think it's Yahya Abdul. Anyways, and he's an actor, and he's portraying superheroes and all this other jazz. But like, this looks boring as fuck to me.
Yeah. It's one of those like I saw this and I'm like, okay, who's the superhero here? What is he supposed to do? Like I don't understand.
And the way they're going about like talking about this, he's saying like I was born to play this role.
Yeah,
And you kind of see somewhat of a flashback of possibly him as a kid or him with his kid. I couldn't tell. Like
yeah,
I didn't watch it enough or go back to look at it to see like if it was which it was. But I was I was like, if you're trying to hint that like he had a connection with this character, Wonder Man, who in the Marvel universe had movies before and fought space aliens and movies and whatnot like that. If
yeah,
you're trying to make the connection that he had a thing with Wonder Man as a kid, you're doing a really piss poor job at
uh-huh,
it because like that could be something there of like I watched this character growing up. I would love to be able to portray this character, but like,
yeah.
but they're not hitting on that at all.
No. And like whenever he said that in the trailer, I was like, okay, so does that mean like he's got superpower? Like he actually is Wonder Man, like or has some kind of superpowers or
Hmm.
what? But like they didn't. It was again like it was like that, just nothing. It's just him
Yeah,
going to a casting. That's it.
there's no inkling of him having superpowers.
No.
From everything that I've heard or read, he's supposed to get them like throughout the season. So it's not like he even has them before going on the show. I know they do make one scene where he's sitting at the table and we get like a T-Rex from Jurassic Park scene where like there's water rippling in the cup. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
And I don't know if that was to be like he's got some kind of powers, like allude to that.
yeah,
But that was it. All of it's just like him being in these audition rooms and in
yeah,
lines and talking to Trevor, and Trevor's going out for the same position, but then
yeah,
he's not for
yeah.
some reason.
Yeah, which I did like in that audition, and they're the like whoever the people were that they were auditioning to, they're like, "Oh, you're so good. I feel like I've seen you before," and they're like, I'm pretty sure he was a terrorist. I was like, I'm glad they kept that. Like, that was pretty funny. But I mean, so what what is Wonder Man's powers? Do we know?
He's got like super strength and maybe invulnerability. Like I want to say he's close to Luke Cage. I could be wrong though. I feel like he
Like, is he
had
kind of like a Wonder Woman esque type thing, or
no.
not even close?
No. The big thing about Wonder Man, as far as like in the comic books, is his relationship with Vision and with Wanda.
Hmm.
Because if I remember correctly, Vision and himself share the same brainwaves. Like that's where they got the brainwaves for Vision, or that's where Ultron got the brainwaves for Vision in the comic books, was from Wonder Man, because Wonder Man wound up dying like super early on in Avengers comic books.
Really?
Yeah. And so then there's the love interest of Wanda and Vision, and then of course there's a whole thing that happens with him and he and Wanda are separated. Wanda eventually winds up becoming a lover of Wonder Man because they share the same brainwaves, kind of thing. So,
So that's a really weird love triangle.
well, then Vision winds up going and making his own wife, Virginia, in the Tom King series, and uses Wanda's brainwaves to create Virginia. And I'm like, did we not learn anything in any of this at
Yeah.
all ever? Like,
So, well, then what? I don't know. Like, why him? Like, why are we doing a show about him?
you know, that's a good question.
Is this like
Why?
bringing back Wanda maybe at the end of this or something? But
Uh, maybe. I doubt that though. Like, there's so many other things you could do with Wanda, and the rumors that I've been hearing about Wanda and where she's gonna be. I don't see you needing Wonder Man necessarily bring it back. I don't know what their plan is with Wonder Man. I don't know why they would pick Wonder Man.
because he's, I mean, he's not. He's not casted in like Doomsday or anything, is he?
Not yet. Not that anybody knows of. So,
That's so
but
weird.
we've also heard that like Chris not Hemsworth, what's the other one? Chris Evans is coming back
Oh yeah.
as Steve Rogers. What's her name's coming back? Haley Atwell's coming back as Peggy Carter. From everything that I've heard or whatever, they're coming back for Doomsday.
Yeah.
And they weren't listed in, like, they weren't on any of the chairs. So,
okay.
and they're supposed to be like a kind of vital part to the story.
Yeah.
But that's also rumors too. So,
yeah.
But they're consistent. I will say that they are consistent rumors about those two coming back. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This was so underwhelming and just very much a what are we doing? Why are we doing it? I even heard somebody talking the other day that they were like, yeah, the Russos are kind of going to ignore this. And it's going to be part of the MCU, but they're not going to necessarily acknowledge it just because they don't need to.
Yeah.
Like it's not a need to acknowledge kind of thing. And so maybe this is just to kind of give us some kind of Marvel content, but I also don't think they need to be wasting their time on stuff like that.
No. So when is the actual next thing for Marvel next year? Like after Wonder Man?
So you got Wonder Man, you've got Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then Avengers Doomsday.
Okay.
And when those
there's no other series or anything either.
TV show wise, I can't remember any. I have heard that there's rumors. Well, I take that back. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. That's supposed to be coming out next year.
Okay.
As well as I've heard rumors of a Punisher special that's supposed to be coming out.
Huh. Okay.
So, and the Punisher is supposed to be involved in, like, it's confirmed John Bernthal will be in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, he's going to be in that.
Yeah.
Doing his thing.
That'd be cool. Because, I mean, it's just one of those, like, yeah, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to put anything in there to fill the space. I mean, yeah, I get, like, we had a while there that quite a bit was coming out, but also at the same time, not all that stuff was good. Like, hardly any of it was any good.
Right.
But back whenever Marvel was doing its thing, they'd only have, like, one movie a year, maybe one every other year type thing. Not multiple things in 1 year.
Yeah. I think the slow time for Marvel was the very beginning, like phase 1 stuff. Like that once we got rolling with phase 1 and we knew we were going to Avengers, it was like we had 2 movies a year and that was really it.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the heyday for Marvel, is 2 movies, then they upped it to 3. And then once we got close to COVID, they're like, oh, we're going to do movies. We're going to do TV shows. We're going to do specials. Blah, 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 blah. And then all of that just kind of like caved. Which, don't get me wrong, I know COVID had its part in that. But I'm with you. Like,
crap.
I'm with you though. Like, we've already had this time where we did the quantity over quality. Like, let's not just throw something out there just to throw it out there. I want to see Yaya do something. Don't get me wrong. I love him as an actor. Like, he's pretty freaking awesome. Loved him as Black Manta. Wish he'd gone back for that. But I'm glad to see him come over to Marvel to do something. And I'm fine with Wonder Man for, make me care. Make me care. How about that?
Yeah.
Make me care. Do something to make me care. But if this is like, if we're just going to be watching a man try out for Wonder Man, like, I'm not going to care.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, wasn't that, I mean, kind of like Iron Man wasn't necessarily a big name before he started, they made the movie about him?
Oh, yeah, no. All the characters that Marvel had.
Yeah.
So, like, Marvel was going to go bankrupt. And so they had to start selling off their characters.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they sold off the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, all the Punisher, like all these characters, the Hulk. They sold off all the rights, the movie rights to all these characters. Because those were the ones those are the ones people cared about. Those are the ones that people knew they could make money off of. And so they were left with like the Avengers, things like that. And so that's what they based all their stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, nobody give a shit about Guardians of the Galaxy. Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, fuck off. Like, those were not the popular ones. Those weren't the ones that they made cartoons out of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
So, So they sold off all the popular stuff so that they could stay afloat. Well, now they didn't have the movie rights to any of those, but they started out. That's why they went towards the Avengers, because they had most all the movie rights to the Avengers. So because then nobody want them.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of thing. Like they're like what you're saying is make people know who Wonder Man is. Like you bring him a following now. I mean, or more of a following than what he probably has.
I don't know that he's got that big.
Well, I wanted to give like grace to probably a few people out there saying that they're excited about Wonder Man, kind of thing.
That are yelling at their player right now, like you assholes! Wonder Man's awesome. You just don't know.
Yeah, and to their point, we probably don't know. At least I know I don't. So.
I don't know anything about Wonder Man.
Yeah.
But they better put some work in. Like they better put some work in.
And they gotta release another one that gives a little bit more of insight into what's going on. Like another trailer. Like to give a little bit more hype into what's actually gonna happen with this. I
agree.
Because if you're gonna let it release just based off of these two, I don't think you're going to have many people watching it.
Because like I get kind of She-Hulk vibes, and I'm not saying that like She-Hulk was okay for what it was, but that's like I don't think we need to be going for okay for what it was right now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're in a state of okay for what it was right now. I think we need to be trying to get on base. Like this.
I agree. I mean, and it's like with Fantastic Four. I mean, I thought that was a very good movie, but apparently it didn't necessarily bring a whole big hitter there for a lot of people. But I still, so they need some to get more reps in as far as like good quality reps in to bring everybody back.
I agree completely. All right. Well, cool. That's all the real news that I got. There's being a lot of hush on everything right now. There's a whole bunch of rumors floating around. A lot of shit on Doomsday. A lot of shit on Secret Wars. Spider-Man Brand New Day. There's rumors galore about Sadie Sink and who that character's going to be. All kinds of stuff, but nothing really like coming from reliable sources like Variety or NBC News or anybody like that. So it's kind of one of those, like, it would be a lot of rumor mill stuff. So, but like I said, we'll be back next week with Watchmen Part 2, that animated series. It's on HBO Max. So if you want to get a watch in on that before we do it, I suggest you do that. In the meantime, Jeremy, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K. And you can find me here.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. You can find Richard over at Night Curry on Instagram, Blue Skies, and X. Threads? Yes, Threads.
Yeah.
He's got so much.
I know. He's got his whole list. Like, I
I just got that list from him.
Yeah.
You can contact us, comicspodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, and possibly TikTok. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.